What's up everybody, welcome to my channel where we don't do and think like the average person out there. Now, a lot of time you always hear Americans are struggling with debt, they can't afford a $1,000 emergency, but are Jamaicans any different? It's sad to say, but according to the Financial Stability Report of 2020, 71.5% of Jamaicans' income go towards debt. Sounds shocking, right? This means that if a person is making $100,000, they are paying $71,500 in debt. And this is why a lot of people are not going to be financially free. Now, you might say, it's good debt. The odds are it's bad debt because majority of the population is not financially literate. And there's no doubt about that. In this day and age, loans have become more accessible than ever before. With the click of a button, you can be approved for a loan that you might have to work 1 year to pay it off back, and you just have to copy and paste a code and you have a credit card in your hand. Now, the problem is not necessarily the card, but the financial literacy of the person behind the card itself, because these cards can be beneficial at times. These little pretty cards you see people walking around with, sometimes they can become a debt trap and become a monster overnight that is hard to get rid of. They can become your nightmare. Like I said, with the click of a button, you can have a credit card approved. Sometimes they even mail it to you. You might go into courts, see a little sofa for $70,000 and just say, hey, I'm gonna put this on my credit card. And before you know it, this $70,000 become $500,000. And this $70,000 that you couldn't really afford to pay cash, how are you going to afford to clear off $500,000 in debt? And contrary to what some people might think, more money will solve the problem. No, if you have more money, then you won't be looking at that $70,000 sofa as a nice sofa anymore. You'll be looking at a sofa for $250,000. And then your debt will be $1.5 million for a sofa. I'm just giving you an example of what it can be like. And remember, these credit cards have an APR of approximately 43% per year. That means it can be higher and it can be a little bit less. So having more money isn't going to solve a problem. It's like I have a tree outside. Every time you cut it down, it grows back. You have to uproot the tree or cut it down properly. So you have to become financially literate and you have to be very disciplined about how you manage and spend your money. One might say, oh, I can afford the payment, I can manage a credit card, but the reality, life happens. So I was reading an article regarding a security guard in about 2006. The bank sent him a credit card, he started to use it, and before you know it, he lost his job and couldn't able to make his payments. He took out another loan and that he couldn't even manage either. So a few years later, when he was ready to purchase his home, he realized that he could not make the purchase because of the debts that he took out in the past and the credit card which was haunting him. He had a bad credit report. And even though he's cleared his debt of approximately say $1 million, he was unable to get that mortgage because his credit report was damaged, and it takes like 7 years for your credit to be clear. So even though he cleared his debt in 2017, it won't be until about 2024 before you have a clear credit report. And that's how detrimental bad usage of a credit card can be. And without a doubt, there are many individuals out there like the security guard who is struggling. Let me give you a little secret. When the banks give you a credit card, they don't want you to succeed. They actually want you to fail because they know you're going to buy things that you don't need and you can't afford. Banks are financial predators. They want you to struggle. They make money when you are in debt. So they actually want you to get into debt and can't afford to clear your debt because 40% interest compounding at you is nothing cute. And that's how they make their money. Do you think they care if you're struggling with $2.8 million in credit card debt? No, it's more money for them. And majority will continue paying this debt for the rest of their life. Now, if they're going to give you a credit card out of the kindness of their heart, why not ask them to lower the interest rate? Ask them for a 20% interest rate instead of that 40 or 50% interest rate. Just ask them. Since they have your best interest at heart, just ask them for a lower interest rate. And let me know it in the comment section below. So here's what you should do. For the average person, if you're going to take a credit card, make sure you use it like a debit card. And make sure when you're going to make a purchase, make sure it's something that you can afford in cash. So if a sofa is going to cost you $70,000, make sure you have that $70,000 somewhere that just in the event something bad happens, you lose your job, you can always draw for that $70,000 and pay for your credit card. you realize what happened to that security guard previously, you don't want to be in that situation. There are very few times when taking on debt is really okay, because debt is really a tool that we use to buy things that we can't afford in most cases. It definitely takes discipline and it's hard to live below your means, but it definitely feels good when you don't have a credit card debt, you don't have a car payment, you sleep good at night, knowing that your money will be out there making more money for you when you start to invest. And practicing delayed gratification is a very good thing, because buying nice things before time can keep you working for a lifetime. You have to start doing the math on the things you spend your money on. Start using compound interest calculator and see how much you could earn if you had invested this money in the long term. And if you have realized these banks have been charging a lot in fees lately, so it's good to find ways to start making yourself richer than making your banker richer. Thank you for watching, and if you want to learn more about investing, make sure you check out my Investing Basics playlist. I'll leave a link in the description below.